Okay, folks. This is a bit. I'm just now watching The Beat with Ari Melber. You've got to see this. So when Fox News tries to say that it's fake news, where here it is out of his own mouth. And play. Let me turn it up.
President Trump returned today from his state visit to the UK, where he broke from diplomatic protocol to attack both British officials who were there and American opponents back home. Now, during this trip, which was supposed to focus on commemorating D-Day, an activity that Trump himself says he delayed in order to do an interview with Fox News, the kind of appearance that obviously he could do from Washington or New York, and the notion that Trump helped delay a gathering of 12,000 people for this single interview was apparently embarrassing enough that Fox News anchor Laura Ingraham, who conducted the interview, assured her viewers that true thing did not happen.
Some of you may have heard or read that President Trump supposedly held up the entire D-Day ceremony in order to do this interview with me. That is patently false, fake news.
Patently false. Well, as Scooby-Doo used to say,
Ruh-roh.
because Ingraham's solemn assurance to her audience was undercut by the president himself, who just minutes before actually admitted he held up the ceremony because of the Fox interview. As the old saying goes, congratulations, you played yourself.
Some of you may have heard or read that President Trump supposedly held up the entire D-Day ceremony in order to do this interview with me. That is patently false, fake news.
These people are so amazing, and what they don't realize is that I'm holding them up because of this interview, but that's because it's you.
Because of this interview. You just witnessed a Fox News anchor being fact-checked on her own show by the president, a source her viewers may find credible, which does not mean that Trump was often credible on this trip. Consider that he took the brazen step of trying to deny those large protests against his visit, despite the pictures and video of the crowds.
Even coming over today, there were thousands of people cheering. And then I heard that there were protests. I said, where are the protests? I don't see any protests. I did see a small protest today when I came, very small. So a lot of it is fake news, I hate to say. And I didn't see the protesters until just a little while ago, and it was a very, very small group of people put in for political reasons. So it was fake news.
Are these falsehoods the most important story in the world? No. But should they become so normalized that they're beneath commenting on or fact-checking? No. Credit to the many fact-checkers like the Washington Post, which reports Trump's now broken the record for most lies in office, over 10,000 claims, which range from important topics like immigration and investigations to bizarrely trivial topics like denying he ever called Apple CEO Tim Cook Tim Apple.
We have so many companies coming in. People like Tim, you're expanding all over, and you've really put a big investment in our country. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
Tim Apple. Donald Trump doesn't distinguish between the little slip-ups, the mistakes, the little lies even, and the big ones, because to do that would actually involve some proportionate fidelity to the truth. But the fact-checkers have documented Trump's whole strategy, and this is important for you to remember, is to destroy public truth. Not to just twist it, which many politicians have done in both parties, but to try to build an alternative rhetorical and visual universe where the truth itself doesn't exist for some people. Now, when I say that, it sounds like a criticism. It's actually not. It's an observation. It's what he says he is doing himself. It's what he openly tells his supporters.
Just stick with us. Don't believe the crap you see from these people, the fake news. And just remember, what you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening.
Wow. Trump admits he doesn't want people to believe their own eyes. As Maya Angelou famously advised, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And that's the challenge here. Trump has shown everyone he stands against the truth, so believe that, which requires not believing him.
And just remember, what you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening.
When we come back in 30 seconds, the accountability for some of these lies and a backlash on the right that's undercutting Trump's bluster on Mexico.
Direct messages have
Now, how can you beat that?
so should the way you bank.
That's truth right there, everybody.
Virtual wallet from